You're listening to Wine Biz Radio with Kaz, Randy, and X. This is Hal Sparks. I'm not being paid to say this.
Who's Hal Sparks? Who's Hal Sparks?
It's Kaz, Randy, X, and Tommy Wark.
Hal Sparks is the comedian from the Mutineer magazine put on a benefit for Child's Right, which is a water for urban youth in third world countries or developing countries, and they did a benefit at the Jacuzzi Winery last December. A bunch of comedians came out. We interviewed a bunch of them, and
so there's no one who actually sponsors this show. So I haven't gotten you guys in trouble.
He's got his own radio video.
It's not like I say, it's Cornerstone Sellers, and then Craig talks to you,
and then Craig goes, "That's Tom Wark."
I know who they are, though.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, they're in Napa.
Anyway,
Cornerstone. Yeah. I thought they. I thought they were down in.
No, don't you start.
The Central Valley making bulk wine.
Yeah.
No.
You realize that they're right behind your head. So
Cornerstone.
You know what? We haven't even come back from the show. WineBizRadio.com, Kaz, Randy, and X.
I said that.
I know. That's him saying it. We didn't get a chance to say it.
I said it.
Did you say it?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was starting to do the Wine Biz Radio.
I'm going to beat myself over the head with this bottle.
Hal Sparks is from the show Queer as Folk and Talk Soup.
He's hilarious.
Talk Soup.
Yeah. He's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
Hilarious. Is a really good guy. Performs a lot in the city.
Cool.
So check him out there.
So,
and also in Lala. So,
who's with us? Remind all of
Tom,
people.
I did that already. Tom Wark is here too.
I'm just like, I might as well just go to sleep.
But what we need to talk about is what we all need to do tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
This is not talking live.
Tomorrow's Saturday. It's the 4th.
Saturday.
And
4th.
If you're looking for something to do,
us on this side can't really indulge, but why don't you tell them what it's all about?
You can't indulge.
Well, we guess we could.
You could.
We would have to do it off the top of our heads, and our memory sucks, as you can tell.
So
it's
tomorrow's
a fun day,
right? It is. It's Single Vineyard Night or Singles Night, and it's out at Thomas George Estates. I believe it starts around 6:30. The VIP is like 5:30.
Thomas George. It's a firsty.
It is a firsty. Okay. Yeah, and it's a single vineyard, so it's like. Firsty, single. Yeah, there's a whole lot of things going on there right now.
Are you firsty?
Yeah.
I'm firsty.
I refuse to speculate on whether it's a firsty.
But it's being put on by the Russian River Valley wine growers. If you need more information about it, go to rrvw.org.
But we're going to go there. And we're going to taste wines from single vineyards.
We're going to not only taste wines from single vineyards, we're going to party with the wines
from
single vineyards.
There's music,
it's going to be in a cake.
And it's
food.
And it's only single vineyard designate wines that will be poured.
What's the cost?
That's
for
it.
you to say.
I know.
The cost? That's a great question.
I think it was about $35.
Yeah, but
no, it's below 50 and above 40.
Oh, all right. Well,
somewhere in
like that range.
Somewhere in between
because we never give specific.
Right.
Yeah, and see that since you're newly wed, you've got to get food and substance, so you might as well go there and get substance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I recommend everyone go to Singles Night out at Thomas George Winery.
Absolutely. Yeah.
6:30 tomorrow night, Saturday night. Be there. Right. So speaking of that, let's hear about Belize.
Yeah. Speaking of not being single.
Yeah.
My bride and I went to Placencia, Belize.
Placencia? That sounds
a little dirty.
It's a long spit of land in southern Belize, and the most amazing beaches I think I have ever seen on the
kind of white sand.
Absolutely beautiful white sand, but it's not a resort town. I mean, we stayed in a nice place called Chabil Mar, but the town is, there's like a little grocery. It must be, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people in town.
Wow.
But people go there to do diving because it's the second largest barrier reef in the world is there.
Right.
And also, the whale sharks were there. And so a lot of people come in to swim with the whale sharks. But beyond sitting in the sun and swimming in the pool and walking on the beach and eating, there's very little to do. But, there's one road through the town of Placencia, and over here you've got literally a shack, no bigger than this, called Oscar's Creole Grub. Over here you've got a place called Tim's Restaurant that you wouldn't go in your worst nightmare. Right. And then down at the very end of the road where it hits the water and ends, you've got a couple really nice restaurants. It's not great restaurants, but it's nice. But if you want peace and quiet and nothing to do and drive around little golf carts,
that's the thing to do. Huh?
So you also went there to play golf?
There's not a golf course in sight.
Oh.
Nope.
So
literally,
they just drive
literally,
golf courses.
my days consisted of this: being an early riser. I would get up at 6:30. I would.
No, let's not talk about your
watch the
sexual
sun-
thing.
Yeah,
now.
well, yeah.
Well, I would get up at 6:30. I would call the folks and say, "Can you bring me some coffee and whatever bacon?"
Did your folks bring it?
Well, the folks, the
Oh.
people there.
The people there.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
They would be there in 15
You
minutes
mean
with my
the people, man?
Exactly. They would bring it down to the beach where I was sitting.
Yeah.
I would lay there until about 9 or so and read and go in the pool and sit in the
And do
sun.
Oh, that sounds...
Then my new bride would get up, and we would do that until about 4 or 5 at night.
Yeah.
Pool, lay on the beach, a lot of tequila, a lot of beer, a few fruity drinks, lots of sun.
With umbrellas?
I got to shout one out to Dwayne too, who kept bringing us drinks all day
Thank God
long.
for Dwayne.
He was great.
Good
And there's
job,
some
Dwayne.
iguanas there, about this big. I'm holding my hands apart, at least 2 feet.
Yeah.
So that was fun too, although we didn't eat any iguana. What else? And then that's all you do there. If you want, you can get off your ass and go fishing or swim with the whale sharks or snorkel. But honestly, Dwayne just kept us in our seats.
So weather-wise, what was the weather like at this time of the year?
It was
there?
88 degrees and probably about 70 to 80%
So
humidity.
nothing like what it is here.
It was perfect.
And then at night, did it cool down enough, or did
It
it
would
stay?
cool down a little bit. It'd probably get down to about 75 degrees at night. But, you know, we had air conditioning.
Sure.
So what do I care what happens at night?
Right. Now we're talking food-wise. I mean, did they have a? Is it? You said Creole kind of food place down the street, but I mean, is there where? What do they have food-wise?
It's very much sort of a rice and beans culture.
Uh-huh.
Just like a lot of that area of the Caribbean or in the Caribbean. So it's a rice and
fish.
beans culture with lots of fish, lots of shrimp, a lot of spices, lots and lots of spices, a lot of plantains. And I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was great. It was sustenance. I had a couple good meals at a place called Rumfish. Oh, we ate.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh, there's a.
I'll drink
we had
that.
we had to drive north from our restaurant in our golf cart that our resort gave us, and we're driving north. And there's a place called Danube. I swear to God, it's a restaurant on the left side of the road. It's shrouded in darkness, except for one light that comes up on the sign that says Danube. And then the restaurant is in this house. You go in. I swear to God, they're serving schnitzel.
Really?
We sat
Just
down.
what you expected.
We sat down and we had schnitzel in what must have been 90-degree heat inside their house that had no air conditioning. But it was an Austrian restaurant plucked down in the middle of Belize. Weirdest thing I'd ever seen.
Well, you're not gonna believe this, and nobody listening is gonna believe this, but that is actually Hitler's restaurant.
They all went to Belize.
Sure,
That's right.
Why not? Everybody thought he was in South America.
Oh, that's right. It was
No.
Boys of Belize, not Boys of Brazil.
That's right.
That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
I had forgotten.
He was in, and that's where he has a great place. There, you'll see a little sign. You know.
But by all accounts, then Hitler's gotten very skinny.
Hitler's kitchen.
He's gotten very skinny. And he's
Hitler's
blonde and-
kitchen. He barbecues a lot.
I don't even know
Where
where.
is he
I don't
going
know.
with
I don't
this?
know where it came from.
Where'd you come up with this?
Well, because Hitler was.
Well, no.
near that
Let me
area.
just suggest that everyone go to
Hey,
Belize.
schnitzel,
once.
and it's Austrian food.
No, I'm looking at a map of where Belize is, and I'm just like, oh, that's a nice.
It's a little place.
Yeah, well, it's on the
Not that big.
It's near the isthmus.
It's just south.
yeah,
It's the first
yeah.
country south in the Caribbean from Mexico.
Yeah.
And also,
Central
by the way,
America.
it has the largest percentage of land set aside for conservation purposes of any other Central or South
For such a
American
tiny country, that just doesn't seem like it means very much.